y'all? Welcome to Melanated Elevated. I got a beautiful episode here for y'all today where I'm going to be breaking down the ANKH. But first, I would just want to thank everybody that's liked and subscribed and showed support. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened since we've made this channel 7 months ago, and it's really been an honor to share our experience with y'all and just to show y'all, just show y'all our life. So with that being said, this video is going to be about the ANKH. And everybody sees that I wear this ANKH, in every video, so I just want to talk about what it's symbolic of, because the ANKH is symbolic and is mainly attributed to the womb of the melanated queen and her bringing forth life through her womb, and also as a symbol of eternal life, but it also has a second meaning, which is DNA, specifically the ancient DNA passed from the melanated woman through her womb. So this video is going to be about the ancient DNA, what they call junk DNA, that's within all melanated people that's been locked for about 6,000 years and now being unlocked due to the light vibrational frequency of us entering the Aquarian age, which we're about to be in about 12 years. So first I have to get into cymatics. And when you hear cymatics, just think wave. The definition of cymatics is wave vibrations and how it interacts with phenomena. So when we study science, it says that 98% of our DNA is locked. This is what they call junk DNA again. So DNA is contained inside germs, and germs are contained inside genes. So if I spit on the ground, I give you my germs. Inside the germs are your genes. Contained inside the genes lies information, and your information is stored in the DNA. So if I could give you an analogy of what DNA is and what it looks like a twisted ladder. And the steps in between the ladder are called base pairs. And along these base pairs are information. Different base pairs have different amounts of information, different amounts of genes. Different genes have different amount of base pairs. So you could have 20, you could have 100 million, you could have 1 billion, etc. Different genes have different genetic sequencing codes. So there's so many different variations to African melanated people. This is why we so special. So getting into the science, we have specifically 64 genetic codes, but only 24 of them are unlocked. So when we study cymatics and how light operates as it comes in contact with the biological aspects of a person, this is called bioenergetics. So you have biology, and then you have bioenergetics, which is how energy interacts with biology. So when we study cymatics and bioenergetics, we learn how genes lay dormant outside of a certain spectrum of light. Just like in the wintertime, plants don't grow outside of a certain spectrum of light. So as we enter the Aquarian age, we're literally, we're going to say, being touched by a certain spectrum of light that's unlocking the 98% of this junk DNA, along with the 24, with the 40 codes in our DNA that's unlocking. You know what I'm saying? And this is what the European is scared of. And this is why they're hitting us with foreign substance via the needle. Because what that does is delete the informational codes within your DNA. So once the light hits you, nothing happens. It's literally like taking the seed out of the soil. So once the sun hits the dirt, nothing happens. So this is why the ANKH is so important, because the ANKH is the key. The ANKH is literally the key to the reproduction of gods. So boom. This is why your alkaline diet is so important right now, because eating alkaline foods, eating alkaline foods will allow the sun's cymatic vibrational frequency to circumnavigate through your body at a more easier pace. So if you eating meat and you eating sweets and GMO foods every day, there's going to be too much mucus. Your blood level is acidic, and there's going to be too much mucus and blockage inside of your neurological system that won't allow that light frequency to circulate like how it should. So this is why alkaline diet is so important. Acid alkaline food guide. This tells you every single food and what their level is on the pH scale. So this book only costs $8 or $9 on Amazon. I very strongly recommend you get this book, because this has every single food, every single sauce, every single seed, anything that you can think of, all the meat, everything, and it tells you what their level is on the pH scale. And this it's a real, it's easy to read. This is life changing. So I recommend everybody please try to do a 7-day vegan challenge and look at what you're eating and look at what level it is on the pH scale, because this is life changing. This will change your life. This will change your DNA. This will get you on that frequency that you need to be on and unlock your human potential. You know, in the pH scale, which means potential of hydrogen, your body is made of 85% hydrogen, which is water. You know, so this is why the colors on the pH scale go from red to purple, because that shows you how high what level you're vibrating on, depending on your level of frequency. You know, so depending on the food you eat, excuse me. So this is the science behind why it's so important, you know, to understand the science of our greatness, because we're great as a people and we have an ancient history. And I really want us to focus in on to reality. And I hope this video helped explain the science behind our greatness and how, you know, this is the reason why you see, you know what I'm saying, us being organ harvested for our organs, you know what I'm saying, and why you see so many black kids coming up missing, why you see, you know, all this negativity keeping us vibing low, you know, because in the end of the day, when that sun, when that frequency hits us, you know, we want to be vibing at a certain rate so we don't get left behind, so we don't perish, you know, because you will get left behind if you vibing low. If you eating food, you're going to perish, because your melanin won't be able to absorb the frequency of the sun, because the sun is heating up. They saying that the sun is hotter now than it's ever been in its recorded history. You know, in our ancient Egyptian ancestors, they recorded, you know, a time period in the future about 3,600 years ago where a planet Nibiru was going to come in contact, but they called it the Great Destroyer, you know, but it's also going to raise the frequency of the planet, you know, because we're switching from a 3D to a 5D, you know what I'm saying, form of reality. You know, we skip at 4D. So 3D is the physical reality that we see now. You know, 4D is being actually to instantly manifest off thought. 5D is literally God consciousness, where we realize we're one with everything, you know what I'm saying, and we can actually operate as gods on God mode. So if you harboring negative energies, negative vibrations, if you eating GMO foods, fake foods, man, this is destroying your melanin, destroying your vessel, and you won't have the proper functionality to absorb the frequency from the sun, because melanin is condensed sunlight, and we understood that through the sun rays we can absorb information from the sun. You know, that's why we are called children of the sun. You know, so this is literally the key, and this is why any key that you see that you put in a door today is shaped like the back of a That's not by coincidence. So I hope this kind of broke everything down for y'all. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. And again, I appreciate the support from everybody that supported us, and nothing but love. And we're going to continue. Me and my wife are going to continue to keep bringing the heat through this winter. I know it's a lot of crazy stuff happening. I know depression is running rampant, and the frequency, I mean, you seeing crazy stuff, that's keeping the vibe low. So we got to keep pushing out positive energy, positive information, and keep informing our people. And yeah, man, it's nothing but love. So that's it for this episode, and I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and let's keep it moving.